Right, hello people. We have had a fight announced between Conor, Benn and Regis Prograis happening at a catch weight of £150 now. This is a fucking diabolical fight. It's outrageous. There's no excuse for it happening. Regis 30 is Regis 30. Regis Prograis is of course a blown up £140 fighter who will be fighting Conor Benn, meeting him at the catch weight of £150. He's lost two of his last three fights. He's a former champion at £140, former two-time champion, I believe. Conor Benn is, of course, coming down from 160, meeting Regis Prograis at this catch weight, coming off his wins, or his win against Chris Eubank Jr. and his defeat. And yeah, man, this terrible fight. Regis Prograis at this point in his career is coming off a win against Jojo Diaz, a controversial win where he was hurt. A lot of people don't think he should have been awarded that decision. Previous to that was coming off a loss to Jack Catterall where he got hurt, dropped. And this is not the Catterall you saw in the Echo Esserman fight, for example. This is more the Catterall of old. And of course, Catterall pre-Esserman fight was a very negative fighter. Good boxer, but hadn't really finished anyone of note. And was able to hurt Regis Prograis. And previous to that, he was in the ring against Devin Haney, where he lost his world title. And he got dropped and hurt on multiple occasions. Haney was really able to hurt him at will. And if Haney had maybe decided to step on the pedal a bit more, maybe had a bit more experience in finishing situations, probably would have got Prograis out of there. And that's, of course, not a good sign, because Devin Haney is just pillow-fisted. Catterall has underrated power, I believe, but Haney doesn't. Haney's pillow-fisted. Let's be honest, he can't punch really for shit. When he comes in there against another puncher with a little bit of skill or awkwardness like Ryan Garcia, who gets dropped and hurt. That's what happens when he tries and holds his feet against another puncher who can't gain their respect. And so yeah, that's the two of the last three he's lost. Of course, both by unanimous decision, so he hasn't actually been finished. Previous to that, his only other defeat was to Josh Taylor a number of years earlier, where he did give a good account of himself. Of course, Josh Taylor being a former super lightweight undisputed champion. Yeah, I can already see how this is going to go. This is basically a more grandiose version of the Chris Algieri fight for Conor Benn. I expect Regis Prograis to probably keep him honest in the early rounds. Regis Prograis can punch, but much smaller man than Conor Benn, who's been fighting at 160. Keep him honest for a few rounds before getting blown out by Conor Benn, who is of course very aggressive, has respectable power, and against chinny or lower level opposition, it gets him out of there, or at least in the past has, before of course his PED failures. Yeah, Conor Benn's reported getting 15 million for this fight. It's daylight robbery. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can already see how this is going to go. Look at how I just said, and it's going to be spun by the promoters as Conor Benn's beating this former world champion who's never been finished before. But if you know your boxing, you know Prograis chinny, you know he's shot at this point in his career, he's 37 years of age. And there's not really a point to this fight. It's diabolical. First of all, bringing Prograis up and fighting him at a catch weight. If he was maybe trying to get down to 147, which he hasn't fought at in nearly 4 years, and maybe brought up, let's just say Brian Norman Jr., for example, who just lost his belt. The fight wouldn't be Brian Norman Jr., but let's just use him as an example. If Conor Benn wanted to come back down, but couldn't, wasn't quite able to make the weight yet, maybe bringing the likes of like a Brian Norman Jr. up to £150, fighting him at a catch weight would be respectable, because at least it's a welterweight and it's only £3. That's respectable. But bringing up a blown up 140 to that weight, still needing an advantage, and it being a shot fighter is diabolical behaviour, and he's really leaning into this villain role. And yeah, this is baffling, but it is of course on the Fury Mahmoudov undercard on Netflix. I guess the card's shaping up well. It will be entertaining to say the least, but not a good fight. So yeah, I've got a few videos coming up soon. Zoo for Boxing 1, a Conor Benn 1. Yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.